Someone on Facebook wrote stories about me and photoshopped my face onto dead bodies, then sent a link to me. We were shocked when we found out who it was, and now he will rot in jail. I feel like I'm in a horror movie right now, and I don't want to leave my house. I got a message on Twitter from a blank profile with no photo or posts. The message was a link to a Literotica account with about 30+ stories and a photo gallery. The message said, "You should feel lucky knowing I want you so much." Just that line made me feel disgusted. I glanced through the stories, and the main character had my full name and were really fucked up. I don't want to go into detail, but tags were amputation pet fetish, drowning in piss, dismemberment, necrophilia act. I couldn't read the stories, and I was already crying knowing someone wrote this. I couldn't hold back and looked at the photo gallery, and there were about a dozen photoshopped pics of me covered in blood, blue skin and lips, face cut onto a corpse. I kept telling myself it was a dumb fug trying to freak me out, and I wish it has been, but the photos that were shopped were all for my Facebook, and I only have 73 friends on it. My photos are locked. You can only see them if we're friends, and all my friends are either family or extremely close pals. I haven't posted these photos on any other social media place, and some were taken days ago. I'm really afraid to speak to anyone right now. I've ignored everyone today. I'm so freaked out at the thought of someone I know, a close friend, thinking about that type of thing. I don't know how to find out who it is, and it's eating at me deep. Any ideas on how to find who's been posting these? Tiny. Update. With the help of my cousin, who's a cop, I've filed a report. They said they would do their best, but it's kind of low priority at the moment. A few officers suggested I set up a Facebook trap, and I did. I took 5 photos that are about the same with a small difference: necklace, ring, hairpin, and modified the custom view setting. Now we wait and hope it works. Update 5 weeks later. In the original post, I made a small update that I was setting a trap on Facebook by posting multiple photos that were slightly different and only visible to certain groups. Unfortunately, this did not work because Literotica removed this post and the account. I'm happy it's gone, but I didn't have another way to find out. I tried pushing it out of my mind and took a break from social media. Also, my cousin Dan moved in with after this, and it really helped me feel safe. For about 3 weeks, I didn't go out aside from work and errands, put off friends who didn't know why. I figured it was easier to shut out everyone until I was more comfortable. By this point, I just accepted that it was a fucked up prank or someone else using a friend's account and that I needed to move on. Out of the blue, I get a visit from a girl, Lori. I know her as the off-on girlfriend of David, although this was my first time meeting or speaking to her. David was like a big brother to my cousin Dan. When Dan moved to LA, David let him stay with him until he got a job. David helped him get his first car. David introduced him to his ex-wife and later helped him through the divorce. I always saw him as the nice guy that helped Dan and I through rough times. Lori is crying and having a breakdown on my porch. I couldn't make out a word she was saying through the wheezing and sobbing. She calms down a bit and says she's called the cops on David. Then she told me everything. She had been getting into fights with him after he kept talking about me, bringing me up at inappropriate times. She was convinced he was cheating on her, and she looked at his laptop hoping to find photos or messages. She found screenshots of Literotica stories, photoshopped pictures, and a collection of child pornography videos. My heart breaks just typing this. How can people be so fucking disgusting? He has a 4-year-old daughter. They've found videos of her too. I don't know anything about the arrest other than that he can't afford post bail and called Dan and our friends begging for help after his family said they want nothing to do with him. No one will. I don't know how to end this. I guess I really hoped this was just a fucked up joke on me, but it led to something so much more miserable.